Okay, this is going to be quick because I haven't got much space left on my phone. But what I did do is I doubled up. I double deckered I'm just filming this thing. Give me a sec. With the Art Nouveau with the black and golds, because they're the same size and they shuffle quite nicely. I'm just filming this thingy. I'm around it with friends at the moment. So the energy for Sagittarius first decan at the moment is we've got. So what I've used, so I used this double decker one for the first go round, and then I used the light seers for the second. So that's the sort of skeleton and that's the flesh on the bones. So ended up with current energy, the world clarified by the world, which it could be terminal, but let's hope it's not. And then the issue, the Nine of Swords, which I don't particularly like very much. And those two fell out together. So the 9 turns into a 10, but it gets pulled back from swords or air signs back into wands, which is Sagittarius's home suit. So and then basically that's the issue coming back to. The issue comes back to your core energy at the moment, which end of a cycle, end of a cycle. And then to clarify that was obviously this lady with all the colourful. It's a bit like the Wizard of Oz. This is a bit black and white, and then all the colours over here. But she's sitting right on the edge of it. It's there, but she's looking the wrong way. So there's a little bit of impatience and what have you there. You know, she's almost touching it, but she's just not looking the right way. So, and this is crazy for any. I'm so upset that it wasn't recording. But hey, one of those moments, you have to be there, I suppose. We know that, especially first decan Sagittarius, it is Mercury being the sort of like the vice president to Jupiter, which brings us the Magician card, which was the clarification card from the Light Seers deck. But the card for first decan Sagittarius is the 8 of Wands, and that came tumbling out. And it came to, so it literally topped and tailed this sort of like the goals or the ambitions or the aims. So it's an 8 of Wands, so first decan Sag, who might have been hiding away a little bit recently because of some betrayal. So we've got, I can hardly say this out loud. Betrayal, swords, Page of Swords. Somebody might have been sticking their beak into your business a bit too much recently, and it's all got a bit crazy. And there's quite a bit of confusion. Just weird. Let's just say weird shit. You know, I can't not say that. Weird shit. But not everything is as it seems. And then bracketed, you know, like bookends, we've got the 2 8 of Wands, which you should have seen the goose pimples on my arms. They were like golf balls. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then basically, this is the correspondence. So this is the major arcana correspondence to that card. So we've got the 8 of Wands 3 times going across there. No, I didn't squeal, but I was like, oh my goody aunt, what on earth is going on here? So the energy needs, so basically these two, that one is the energy that you're in right now, and the clarifier is the energy that is needed to get up there. So it identifies any sort of mismatch of energies. So the 7 of Pentacles is about, you planted a sapling or a seed. You're actually doing very well to, you're almost 8, 9, 10. But it's not harvest. Although the 1st of August, it's just come into the 1st of August, it's just past midnight. That is the festival of the Celtic God Lugh. Is it Lugh? Lugh, which is the beginning of the harvest season. So that is actually really rather fitting. Now, don't go picking that yet, because you don't do that until only sort of 9, 10-ish. Even though it looks good, you take one bite of it, it's going to be a bit bitter. So it's not quite ready yet. And it's almost like you can see temptation there. It's like, oh God, can't I have a bit? There's a little bit of the 4 of Cups about this. But it looks so good. But I know it's not going to taste. Oh, thanks very much. It's not going to taste very good. So it's a bit of a waiting game going on here. Clarified by. Oh, the other thing I've thought about that is actually if you can see that this is this sort of shrub is going to be very plentiful, then everybody else is going to see that too, aren't they? So it's almost like, well, shall I get it in now? Because I've never thought about this card in that way before, but I did a spread for somebody a couple of days ago, and it's almost like, how long do I leave it out? Because somebody else might come and nick my pentacles. Because if I can see them, anyone else taking a walk around here can see them. So I sort of linked it to the Devil card, which we'll come on to shortly. Clarified by the Five of Wands, which is a bit of argy-bargy and people posturing. It's not a particularly happy card, but there you go. But also tumbled out with that was the Six of Cups. So somebody, for me, that says emotional blackmail. You know, do you remember when we used to be saying, just cast your mind back when things were nice? And I had a big dollop of that earlier on from family, and actually, no, thank you. You stay where you are. I'll stay where I don't want to bring this, but I mean that's how I would take it for myself. So I would just say, so somebody who's posturing and using this, what's it called when you look backwards? That thing. I forgot, nostalgia. I was going to say narcissism, but this is, it's a tool of the narcissist, isn't it? And I just thought, be careful of people trying to cast your mind back to sort of rebond, maybe re-trauma bond with you, just when things are about to come good for you. Just be very, very careful about that. So what I'm going to do now is just read out the book, these two oracle cards. I only wanted one, but I got two for you. So 8 is about could it be a dragonfly? And that one is, I can't read it. Weavers know all that is God. I'm just going to pop this down a second. So, actually, if I do that so you can pause it if you want to read it. Let's get the focus. There you go, that's page. That one. And then that's that one. So in a nutshell, there are days when you begin to notice just how in sync you are with the world. While you're thinking of a person, they call you, or you see their name on the side of a truck. Hello, Mac. You might need to know the answer to something important, then you overhear just what information you need in the lyrics of a song on the radio. Excuse me. It's common to develop a relationship to a sign that always shows up when the spirit of someone you've loved and lost is nearby. Oftentimes it's based in nature, like a feather or a butterfly. Maybe a dragonfly shows up to let you know that you're on the right track. Now is the time for you to trust those signs in the world around you as a way in which the universe reflects you, witnesses you, and loves you dearly. Pay attention, as the entire world is your oracle. In fact, the world's your lobster. Uncanny and serendipitous occurrences remind you that you matter, that the universe is watching over you. Could it be a simple dragonfly, or is it that a message from spirit sparkling through its wings? Trust these symbolic moments. They are sacred and personal. Oh God, there's a siren. This is an emergency services siren. Right, and then the other one. Let's plough through these. There you go. The weavers know all that is God. The weavers know all that is God. Do you? This is a profound magical time in your life, and it's important that you recognize your relationship with your higher power as essential and primary. Consider all the gifts of your very existence. When you breathe, ask yourself who is breathing you. Ooh, filth. What force moves through you, animating you and those you love? But not answer that in public. The universe is the spark of life within you and nature. In you is true magic, connecting you to the web of all creation. Each strand woven on your behalf is pure consciousness. Right now, you're being asked to remember this and feel what that means to you. Every single thing in your life is sacred and infused with the power of spirit, God, and the conscious universe. Even your difficulties are infused with the sacred and are always beckoning you to remember who you truly are, an immortal spiritual being having a mortal human experience. Can you see right now that whatever you're asking has whatever you're asking about has divinity sparkling through it. Treat the subject of your query with reverence and step into the sacred dance. You cannot go wrong. You're meant to have this experience right now. And that is number 44 of... Well, that's number 44 of 44. So basically that's another world card, or another 10. So, okay. So look, the energy going out it's the Six of Cups. So this is about sort of flicking that off, though, isn't it? And it's the Judgment. So that's going. It's making a decision about your past, ready for this almost end. Well, this huge ending of a cycle, and about you've done the hard work. The Eight of Pentacles is the hard work that's been banked. So what's coming in? Bop. Well, we've got a repetition of the Seven of Pentacles. I don't know if that is a step backwards. So you've got to take one step backwards, it's almost like you've got to go back slightly to propel yourself forwards, because I mean that is a step back from the Eight of Pentacles. But we've doubled up on the 7 here. 7 and 7 is a good number. But again, as I was saying about, it's not quite harvest time yet, because you've got the Hangman. There's a bit more waiting to do. And then we get a Tower. But Sagittarians know all about towers. We're not frightened of them. But look who's behind that tower. It's the Stephen energy. But actually, plenty of other readers recently have got the bit where actually Sagittarius pretty much proved, begone, you have no power here. I danced with you, yeah, I did, just to prove you that I could walk away from you, and actually you can't tempt me, and I know what I'm doing. But after that comes justice. So you can prove that actually, I know how to be. You can't tempt me. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, not sorry. And then we've got Libra or Justice down here, and then we've got the Queen of Wands. Actually, they look like sisters, don't they? Got a black cat. So, but that's a good sign for Aries. So that's like the children of the zodiac, isn't it? And then bang on, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got 3 very strong female figures there. So this is what's coming in to the immediate future. The Queen of Pentacles that's going to be another sign. Anyway, bang, Ace of Wands. So there's a new energetic start coming. Maybe it's the beginning. It's like the beginning of harvest time now. But whilst you're focused on that, you've done your work here. He's not going to trip you up after all this hard work. He's not going to trip you up just before the finishing line, because you've proven that, because you get justice after the Tower. So let's keep this Tower card over here, because it's going to be relevant shortly. So to summarise all of that in like a bumper sticker is this bottom line here. So it's work, or 3 people joining together. The Moon card, trickery and secrets, breadcrumbing somebody, and then this is where the energy changes, see. So then you've got the Hierophant card, it's almost, it's like a barrier, and then the Chariot comes in, there's a clarifier, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a new financial start, is coming somebody's way, based on like a decision. And it's the end, he comes to right down in the middle of this, put that to bed, and that's going to come in. So that was then, this is now, thanks to him. And so your biggest strength moving forwards, well, we just had the Chariot there. So it's like, in this deck, the Chariot is very stationary. It's like in the loading phase. This is in full motion. And like the white horse wants to go that way, the black horse wants to go that way. So everything, even this is your biggest strength, you know how to hold it together. You know how to keep control, because the devil's right on your tail. And that's why this is important here. You know how to sort of lick the devil. And you can do it, you don't even break your stride. And then there's the clarifier, the King of Swords. So as the King of Wands, you can shapeshift over to the air signs and actually come in especially if it's a Queen of Swords or a Ten of Swords or a Three of Swords, and you actually go, no, actually, do you know what? I've got a plan. You follow that plan, and even though you shape shifted, I mean, look at what you can still do. You've got everything. You got the Magician. You know what you can do. You got all your tools up. Don't worry. So your biggest hurdles come is a possible new relationship with a Pisces, where you're going to have to just watch what you say and watch what you do, because it's not quite sure. It's not too clear. If this is your weakness or your biggest hurdle yet to come, just be careful. Just be careful. Don't rush into anything. So, what do you need to know that you don't know right now? All this confusion, which we've had here, Seven of Cups. So you've got another 7-7 now. 77 is a very good number. This confusion, because of your hard work, the Eight of Pentacles, which we've had over here, you can step into your Emperor energy. And then, sorry, it's got a bit scrunched up here. You step into your Emperor energy because you've had the Tower, or the Tower's going to come in. So then you can hit, because that's cards 16, then you can't have the Star without having the Tower. So what you need to know right now is when that hits, it won't be long before you can do the Emperor's energy, Emperor's energy, and go through this sort of sloughing off, this exfoliation. And then we had the High Priestess, the clarification. So you've got to stay on top of your intuition. And the Strength card is knowing the right thing to do, but more importantly, at the right time. Again, so intuition, initiative, loyalty, all those things. What I still love about that card, I don't do this very often. You tip her upside down, she's got her eyes open. So even though when you think she's asleep, nope, she still sees everything. And what's that going to bring in? King of Pentacles. So we've had King of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Swords. But the King of Cups is going to be the problem. So how do we come out of this cycle? Well, as the King of Pentacles, which is a bit messed up because we just had the King of Pentacles down there. But not everything is as it seems, Page of Cups. We've got the Queen of Swords lurking around, as she often does. And then we've got the King of Wands. And then we've got Ten of Cups. So if we take that away and put that over here, so that's how the Ten of Cups, the King of Wands is going to come out with the Ten of Cups. There's a King of Pentacles. So that could be, we had sort of a rush of money coming in here, didn't we? But not everything is it seems, because that is tied up. That's tied up with that. So for clarifiers, we have the Queen of Pentacles come in. So there might be, there might be this match with the King of Cups. You see what I mean? Because there's a matching going on here. And the Hierophant came in. We've had the Hierophant down here. So this could be something that gets you down the aisle. Someone's determined to get a ring on your finger. I'll be up front in white. And it might happen quite quickly. And again, strangely, King of Wands on top of the King of Wands. So that almost says, we had so many doubling ups, even the same card in the same spot. What was it, 3 occasions? Which, when that, any readers, when that happens, the bolt of lightning goes up your arm, you think, what on earth is going on here? It wasn't supposed to get this big, especially because I'm round up my friend. I've got to give him his table back, so I just wanted to get this out there and get it loaded up. So happy full moon, everybody, tomorrow, and it's August the 1st. It's full moon in Aquarius, and actually this is the card for full moon in Aquarius. So happy full moon.